warned it will shoot down any drones, including American ones, if they violate the country's airspace. This comes 2 weeks after the US report. Pakistan's Air Force has warned it will shoot down any drones, including American ones, if they violate the country's airspace. This comes 2 weeks after the US reportedly conducted an airstrike on the country's border with Afghanistan.
We will not allow anyone to violate our airspace. I have ordered the Pakistan Air Force to shoot down drones, including those of the US, if they enter our airspace, violating the country's sovereignty and territorial integrity.
The Pakistani officials add US drone attacks have done significant harm. Since 2004, almost 1,000 civilians are believed to have been killed by strikes, including around 200 children. We spoke to Sultan Ali, a Pakistan Air Force Group captain. He believes that Islamabad's attitude to Washington is changing.
In the near past, the United States has been playing a good cop, bad cop game with Pakistan. One official says something positive, the other gives strong threats. In the past, the drones have been attacking targets in Pakistan. Earlier, it was perhaps with the tacit approval of the government of Pakistan, but in the past couple of years, the government of Pakistan has not provided any such approval. The United States should actually consider and weigh its options, because it has been using Pakistan as an ally, and if it wants to turn against Pakistan, it will be detriment to the peace in the region.
Meanwhile, Pakistan's Air Force chief has questioned whether America's long-standing military engagement in the region is even helpful. Suhail Aman also slammed Washington's track record on promoting democracy abroad.
No outside power can engineer a democracy inside a country, nor is democracy the solution to every problem. Examples in Iraq and Libya are in front of us. After the fall of Gaddafi and Saddam, what happened in these countries? Did they get democracy?
It is Syria currently, and of course Yemen, Afghanistan, Iraq. All these countries, they have lost stability and they are in serious problems. In fact, at the moment, there are some scribes in the New York press or in the Washington press who are predicting that if Pakistan doesn't toe the line of the United States of America, a Syria-like situation may be created over here, because Pakistan cannot allow its territory to be used by others to engineer in the name of democracy any farcical moves which will destabilize the country.
Was. Alright, brothers. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, the great millstone Guruel. And salutations to all ye Akim on the highways and byways that's noising this gospel abroad, on the four corners of the earth, and to the edge of the elect. Alright. So let's get right into it. Right? This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and saying, how has the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked, and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath and a continual stroke. He that ruled the nation in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest, and it is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fair trees rejoice in thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow is come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has risen up from the thrones of all the kings of the nations. They shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vow, the worms is spread underneath thee. The worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? Back in Isaiah chapter 14, verse 4. Thou shalt take up a proverb against the king of Babylon. Right? And Babylon, right, which could be translated into a long land, and Babel, confusion. So it's the confused land. Right? Babylon is that confused land. A proverb against the king. So to take up a proverb against the king is a saying against America, death to America, the burning of the Trump flag, as you see on the screen, right? The stepping on the American flag, the X's in Donald Trump's face that you see. Right, this is that proverb that's being taken up. Right? Saying, how has the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Who's the oppressor? The oppressor is Esau, also known as the so-called white man, which is not white. Right? He's really red. So the oppressor is Esau. Right? He's that oppressor. The Lord had broken the staff of the wicked. He's the wicked, pursuant to Revelation, Aslaki, Job, the 9th chapter. Right? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He's the one that has power. He is the one who has dominion. He's the one that has ruled the earth. The Lord had broken the staff of the wicked, the scepter of the rulers. A scepter is something that represents power and authority. He who smote the people in wrath in a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered. Who ruled the people in wrath with a continual stroke? That's Esau. As you can see in the video earlier, the leader of the Pakistan Air Force talked about this, man. Right? And a report. This is a comment, right? And a report published by the Bush administration in Pentagon saying that 57,000 times U.S. fighter jets flew from Pakistan to bomb Afghanistan, and how Pakistan moved 150,000 soldiers along the Afghanistan border, and how Pakistan is letting all American supplies through the American soldiers, through its American soldiers in Afghanistan. Pakistan also suffered a loss of over 700,000 people and over $100 billion in losses. Alright? So here you have Pakistan allowing America to use its border to bomb Afghanistan, using their country to move supplies through. Right? Innocent children are being bombed as people from Afghanistan are using the border as trying to use the border as a safe haven, running into Pakistan doing attacks. And Donald Trump tweeting out first thing of the year, tweeting out against the people in Pakistan. See, what Esau is doing is he's creating enemies on all fronts. Right? People that see, and I'm so glad this guy said that what America is doing is playing that good cop, bad cop role. Because that's exactly what she does. Right? Her deception, which is one of her major attributes, because her being the devil, he being the devil that he is, right? That deception in his war, his military, is his main attributes, man. the power to rule the earth with the sword, and the power of deception. As that veil, as the truth is coming out and he's no longer deceiving people, now you're starting to see the world wake up to who this man is. Right? Satan, that great enemy, man. That great enemy that the scriptures talk about. It's Habakkuk. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 6. Matter of fact, I'll start at 5. Yet also because he transgresses by wine, and he is transgressed by wine, one of the main things we say is democracy. And if you realize, what he said was that democracy has not worked in Libya, democracy has not worked in Iraq, democracy is not working in these other places. And furthermore, democracy is not the answer to the world's problems. So his wine that he transgresses by is his philosophies, his democracy, his way of life. He is a proud man, neither keeping at home, who enlarger his desire as hell, and his death cannot be satisfied, but gathering unto him all nations, and heaping to him all people. Here right now I have an article on Bing, right? And it's the U.S. military bases around the world, excluded the U.S. It's ever changing, but the latest estimates are approximately 700 and 113 cases, 113 countries, Slovakia. And if you look here, they have an image, right? When you go to the image, you clearly see who fits this. Who fits this prophecy? This guy is all around the world, man. So when it says he neither keeping at home, when there's poison water in Detroit, sinkholes in Florida, fires out west, tornadoes in Texas, hurricanes on the east, when the debt is piling up, when American jobs are being shipped overseas, when there's total anarchy and political disarray here in America, he's overseas concerned about how they live in their life, or what they're doing with their politicians and their politics, when they ought to be worried about here in America. But they fit this prophecy. Who's enlarging his desire as hell, because hell is huge, and it is death. And there's been plenty of people that went to the graves. If you ever numbered the people that have died, it's damn near innumerable. It cannot be satisfied, and there's something wrong with somebody that can't be satisfied. When you've gained the world's wealth, and you still want more. But gathereth unto him all nations. That's why he set up the United Nations. That's why he set up the EU. That's why he set up NATO. Right? This obsession with getting everybody together, going back to the Tower of Babel, is in his spirit. Heaping together all nations is in his spirit. Wanting to play God is in his spirit. But you all are going to find out who the devil is. And when the scripture talk about the wicked, what and who they talking about. Verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against them, and a taunting proverb against them, and say, woe unto him that increases that which is not his? So, of course they're going to, of course, go back to this image, because of course they're going to do this. Right? Of course. So now, of course they're gonna do this, man. What do you expect? Trump is creating enemies all around the world, man. Understand that Pakistan is not a nation looking to obtain thermonuclear weapons. Pakistan is a nation that has hundreds and thousands of nuclear weapons. This is not a Iraq. This is not a Libya. This is not a Yemen. This is a thermonuclear power that Trump is threatening. And it's all prophecy. Because we know this Third World War has to stop. So the Americans in their pride I went to ballot boxes looking to hoping to put Donald Trump in office, and they're going to reap what they sow. Job chapter 20 verse 25. It is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gauze. Terrors are upon him. This right here, that's a terrible sight to Esau, man. Seeing so-called brown people march. Brown people march with the American flag on fire, burning it up. There was a time where nations wouldn't dare. Nations wouldn't dare to talk bad about America. Alright? Back to Habakkuk. Woe unto him, woe is death and destruction, that preaches that which is not his, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. That thick clay goes back to debt, promissory notes, right? Monetary money. America is trillions and trillions of dollars in debt. And to bring it down to a simple level, you know how it is when you owe homie in the hood some shmoney. You gotta pay. You in a mob, you owe somebody some money, you gotta pay. Alright? Owe the FBI some money, they coming for your ass. IRS. Alright? You could owe a bum on the street some money, he coming for you. And when you don't pay, you keep racking up the debt, and keep racking up the debt, and you keep racking up the debt, and you keep talking shit. They send the leg breakers. In this case, the leg breakers, Job chapter 18 verse 11, terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. Alright? So when these so-called terrorist attack happens, understand it's not because they hate your freedoms. Alright? Like the American media tells you, sheeple, you peons. Alright? You knuckle dragging cave monkeys, man. Goddamn trumper thumpers. Right? It's not because they hate your freedom. It's not because they want to suppress their women and none of the bullshit they tell you, man. It's because you fucking with them, man. You fucking with them. People in Pakistan could care less about the so-called American way of life and how Americans are living and what you guys are doing over here. They're worried about those children that you over there killing, chasing ghosts in Afghanistan, trying to conquer that territory. Right? Verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly, that shall bite thee, and awake, that shall vex thee? Thou shalt be for booties unto them. And they're gonna rise up, man. These other nations, Pakistan, Iran, Iraq, Libya, even Saudi Arabia, who appears to be an ally now, but the scriptures through prophecy say they're gonna link with them Iranians. Yemen, North Korea, China, Russia, Venezuela. You created problems in your own land, man. Cause them Bloods and them Crips, they're gonna stop shooting one another. And the folks and the Latin Kings and the DDP, Dominicans don't play. They're gonna stop fighting one another. Those so-called Mexicans in South LA and those Negroes are gonna stop shooting each other, and they're gonna turn their guns on you. Right? Those Gadites that are on them reservations. You're going to become a spoil because you stole. Matter of fact, verse 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Because you stole from every nation, every nationality, you've done dirt to every nation, every nationality, the remnant of the people is going to do it back to you. It's called recompense. The Bible's all about it. It's called karma. A Buddhist can tell you about it. A Hindu can tell you about it. A Christian can tell you about it. A Satanist can tell you about it. A child can tell you about it. Verse 8. Because of man's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and all that dwell therein. Alright? So with that, I want to give, matter of fact, with that, I want to say that the end is near. World War III is upon us. World War III is something you brought upon your own head. And World War III is going to be World War III is going to be the war in which America is touched. Right? Bloodshed is coming here. Thus saith the scriptures. Right? And you could blame these guys, the Mike Pence, right? You see this guy Mike Pence in a goddamn bulletproof vest on. These American politics, which are nothing but cowards, because they ain't gonna go. They ain't gonna go to war. They ain't gonna go to war. They're gonna be in an underground bunker while they send you little Edomites children and you stupid dumb niggers. Any stupid dumb nigger or spick that goes and join Esau's military, you deserve to die. You deserve to be carried out on a stretcher. Right, just like this goddamn idiot is. Right, you deserve to die out there, man. Plain and simple. Scriptures say, though hand join the hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished, man. Alright, so with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, the Great Millstone, and salutations to all ye Yakim. Keep pushing, brothers. Shalom.